Hello everyone, this is Ascending High Priestess. I hope you guys are doing well. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. And for those of you who have been with me from the very beginning, thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you guys are doing well. So, you know, I know that sometimes people, they start talking about shows and, and I thought about, like, not everybody knows, American shows. Not everybody's privy to watching, Netflix or has Netflix, but there is a show. The show is called Sandman. And for those of you who know it, you know what I'm talking about. There was a scene there where, I'm not going to give too much away for those of you who are still watching it, where, Dream is talking to Morningstar. And Morningstar tells Dream that, whether or not Morningstar kind of, went against God, there was always going to be a hell. And basically that was part of the plan, so whether or not, Morningstar was going to be the ruler of hell, there was God's plan was that there was always going to be, a mirror to heaven, basically. And that kind of got me thinking that, there are certain things that happen to us, some good, some bad, some in between. Sometimes we learn lessons, sometimes we don't. Sometimes we need to go through lessons numerous of times, numerous challenges until we actually learn the lesson. And it kind of got me thinking that, in a weird way, this was all divinely orchestrated, the good, the bad, and the in between. And without God, Allah, Vishnu, whoever, spirit, they're the ones that kind of had to agree to that. They're the ones that had to put, say, okay, well, I am agreeing to having the collective go through XYZ, because in the end, whether it was good or bad, this was all divinely orchestrated. So there are things that happens to us that we question, like, why are we going through this shitty, relationship, or this, job that's just sucking the life out of me, or, why are my friends, or why is my lover doing this, or, etc., etc. But the gist of it is that it has all been for, there is a reason for it. We may not always understand that reason, but there is a reason. And I thought that was, like, pretty, it was, it just got me thinking, it just got me thinking. Okay, let's see what Spirit has for you. I'm asking my ancestors of the highest white light and spirit guides to help me read for the collective. Ooh, a lot of stagnant energy. They don't even want to come together. To check what it is that they need to do, to see what it is that they need to see, and to learn what it is they need to learn. Let's see. Ooh, the Emperor. Very good. So for a lot of you, you're in your Emperor energy. Very good. Very, very good. So for a lot of you, you are sitting in this energy because you've gone through a lot of lessons. You've learned a lot of lessons, and you've gone through heartache. You have alchemized a lot of this energy, and now you are sitting in that throne like the Emperor that you are, regardless of whether or not you are male or female, okay, or identify as male or female. You are definitely very, very protected, okay? Very protected. You have ancestors surrounding you and making sure that you stay in that throne and don't get, yep, They're making sure that you don't get down of that throne just for anyone. And they want you to make sure that you stay strong, have faith. There's something that will happen in August, starting in August, September, October, okay? For some of you, it may mean the coming of a child, or just birthing new ideas and stability, okay? Let's see. What messages do you have for the collective regarding this situation, please, and thank you. Let's see. What messages do you have for the collective regarding this situation? So for a lot of you, you went through a lot of heartache, okay? A lot of heartache in the past that affected how not only you saw yourself, but how you saw others and how you saw relationship. And you have actually worked really, really hard to put a lot of that negativity, a lot of that bullshit I'm hearing to the past. You worked super hard, okay? For some of you, this may have taken you decades, I'm hearing. For some of you, 3 months, 3 years. For some of you, it has been decades, to the point where people were fighting for your money. People were fighting for your stability. And I mean fighting like they wanted to take it, not that they want to share it, okay? They may have caused the heartache, but you are sitting in that throne, and you are sitting with God. You are sitting with the Most Highs, okay? Sun covered by their gifts, okay? For some of you, you have a lot of gifts, okay? Maybe even gifts that you're not aware of. There's a gift that, okay, there's a gift, okay? So for some of you, you're very intuitive, okay? For some of you, you're very, very intuitive, okay? I just saw something else. You're very intuitive, and this intuition has been growing, and your gifts have been growing steadily, okay? But there is something about your gifts that you may not know how to either use your gift, or you may not be aware of your gift, okay? And it's something that you may start to notice it within the next 3 weeks, 3 months, okay? Where it's gonna take you by surprise. It's a new gift. It is a new gift. But this is a gift given to you by the divine, okay? Because they are granting you this gift. This may have been started because your enemies wanted you to be in a place of the Ten of Swords. They wanted you to be brokenhearted. They wanted you to be down and out. But because you persevered and you were so damn well protected, this actually initiated like a spiritual awakening, to the point where you're so far ahead of the game that they're actually preparing you to receive this big gift, okay? They want you, they want you to make sure that when you look at, your new path, to take it in and to slowly learn the new lessons. There was a lot of not only instability, but a lot of illusions that you had to let go of, in your past. But this is all, I'm getting that because you went through so much in your past, heartache, being backstabbed, being left in the cold. You know, there were a lot of illusions, a lot of financial stability. You're like the universe is treating you like a baby, okay? And you know, you may be 20, you may be, you know, 50, 60, 80, however old you are. Right now the universe is making sure that you're well taken care of, and they see you as their baby. You know, God, Allah, Vishnu, they see you as their baby, and they want to take care of you. Okay, this is what I'm getting. So they are slowly presenting other alternatives and other ways and other means of how to move ahead. They want you to have a little bit more patience with them, okay? Because at the end of the day, you are going to be this queen, okay? You are going to be this queen. You're going to be stable, and you're going to be fruitful, and you're going to be happy. You have called judgment, or your ancestors have called judgment on this situation, okay? You definitely went within, and here's the sun again. And the universe is definitely going to be giving you that happiness that you always wanted. You know, you always wanted this happiness. You earned it. Okay, you earned it. You earned that happiness. You know, your enemies wanted you to be, you know, in suspension. Okay, they wanted you to be in suspension. They wanted to kind of keep you in limbo. However, it came out this way because, you know, the universe has other plans. The universe has other plans. The universe has other plans so much that they want to give you the world. Okay? They want to give you the world. And you're alchemizing a lot of this, like, bad juju or whatever it is that people were trying to send you. Okay? Yeah. Because you have learned your lessons. You gained strength. You have fought battles that no one is even aware of. Okay? And you have become a complete spiritual badass. Complete spiritual badass. All right? Complete spiritual badass, I'm hearing. For a lot of you, you are a spiritual warrior. And you may not even realize what a complete badass you are in the spirit world. Let's see what other messages are available for you. So I think what Spirit wants to sort of tell you, okay, is that you passed a major test, first of all. You passed that test. For a lot of you, you know, you've been even dealing with stress, physical ailments. These people, you know, I say these people, maybe there's more than one person. They wanted you to be down and out. They wanted you to be lonely. They wanted you to be sick. They wanted you to not persevere. And you were like, screw that. I am going to go within, find my team, get closer to spirit, and you're going to see me becoming stronger. And that's exactly what you did, okay? Yep. Spirit wants you to be careful because these people, it could be a karmic, it could be a past lover, it could be anyone, friend, frenemy. You know, they definitely wanted to steal something from you, okay? They definitely wanted to bring in a lot of, you know, drama to your table. But this is all over. This is all past energy. Because right now, they don't realize that you are sitting in that throne. You are sitting in this throne. This is you. Okay? You are a generational curse breaker. You are very mature. You definitely, you know, started to see the lesson for what it was, and you started to learn and started to go within and started to appreciate your ancestors for what they have gone through and appreciate the lesson in family, becoming stronger, and becoming more courageous in the person that you are. Okay? Emperor, wealthy man, wealthy woman, mature, you know, these are all the things that you have become. You were spiritually initiated, okay? Spiritually initiated. When you started going through all the bullshit, it put you in a place where, you know, a lot could have happened, but you chose to hold on to spirit, because whoever was trying to do this to you, they were trying to not only weaken you, but they were trying to get you away from spirit, and it did the exact opposite. You clung on to spirit a lot more. Spirit clung onto you, and that opened up the door for more ancestors and more spirit guides to come in and actually cover you even more and protect you and show you what you are capable of. You know, and it took some time for you to heal your heart. You know, it took some time. And getting over a heartache is not, it's not easy. It's not easy. These people may have even wanted to cause something, you know, maybe ill health with your heart, because you are a person that has a pure, innocent heart. Okay? And not too many people have an innocent heart, have a pure heart, but you do. Let's see. Can I have one, please? And thank you. Ooh, too many. Okay, I'll take the one underneath. So definitely you are an alchemist, and this came out earlier. You are an alchemist. So a lot of the bad energy, again, a lot of the bad juju, whatever it was that they were sending you, you alchemized that, and you used it for strength. Okay, you used it for strength. One more, please, and thank you. One more, please, and thank you. Thank you. Again, you're someone with a rare heart. So that came out twice. Okay, that came out twice. And this was a complex situation. This wasn't easy. This wasn't like, you know, a black and white, you know, thing like, hey, this is what happened, this is what I need to do. There was a lot of different nuances to this situation, and you had a very, very hard time at times navigating this. But you walked away victoriously. You walked away with your head up high, okay? You walked away victoriously, which is why your ancestors are so proud of you. One more, please, and thank you. Thank you. David's key. Okay, David's key. Let's see what David's key says. I will place on his shoulder the key to the house of David. What he opens, no one can shut, and what he shuts, no one can open. Okay, so the divine trusts you so much and loves you so much. He's entrusting you with this key, okay? He's the one that's going to shut down or open up doors for you. He's the one that's going to say, again, going back to the beginning of my rant and reading, you know, there is nothing that happens without his say-so. There is nothing that happens without spirit knowing about it. And everything that is done in the dark always comes to light. So, you know, if anyone was doing black magic or whatever it is that they were doing, okay, you were able to use that to create this wonderful human being that you've become. And you have a mission. You have a mission, okay? So God is using you for a very, very important mission, okay? Very important mission. Let's see, what advice does Spirit has for the collective. Let's see what other advice does Spirit have for the collective, please and thank you. What advice do you have for the collective? Thank you. Interest. Okay, let's see what that says. Chasing material gain at the cost of a deeper connection. Okay, so you may have in the past, or someone in the past may have been chasing you or someone else for material gain, and it just didn't work out the way they planned. Okay, it just didn't work out. If you focus too much on, you know, gaining certain things and neglecting other things, it doesn't work out. There's an imbalance. And if you put that much trust in money and not people, or, you know, being greedy, it does not work out. It's just not a good look. Okay, let's see, one more please. Thank you. Third party situation. So again, for a lot of you, there was a third party situation. Another person disrupts your relationship and causes turmoil. Trust broken by infidelity and struggling to rebuild it. Why? Okay. It was foolish to underestimate the impact of infidelity. I should have valued our connection more than my desires. Please forgive me for not recognizing its importance. So someone may have stepped out at one time, okay, and now they want to come in and say they're sorry. Three of Hearts, holy moly. Three of Swords came out earlier, okay, and again, that may have initiated your entire growth spiritually. This person may have been very selfish. They may have been too money oriented, okay? And listen, there's nothing wrong with, you know, money, because we all need money, okay? We all need money to survive. We all need, you know, we like money to buy things, but it's when you obsess over money, and that is the only thing, the only driving force, okay? Distraction. Okay, so there's something maybe that you may be distracted. Subtle cues, hints are impending danger. Take a deep breath and look at the signs of peril. Okay, so there may be something that you are ignoring at this time. Just pay close attention. All right, pay close attention to the people around you, especially since you're starting to do better for yourself, okay? Make sure that there are no frenemies around you, or people that may want to, you know, use that good heart that you have for their own gain. Okay, moving on. So for a lot of you, you're going to be moving on. You're going to be moving on, okay? Spirit's going to encourage you to move on, because you're going to have a better foundation. And for a lot of you, you have felt the emotional loss of friends, loved ones, you know, in this entire process, you know, and Spirit is aware of that. And they're aware that, you know, these are new beginnings for you, and new beginnings sometimes can be very difficult. You know, taking that first step into a place that's unknown can be extremely difficult. But you are going to be very, very guarded, okay? And I mean by Spirit. And because for some of you, you have done that shadow work, or you're still in the midst of doing that shadow work, okay? And you have an entire team of people that are going to be, assisting you. And there is something that they are working on in the background where it's going to lead you to a wonderful and spiritual union. Let's see, one more please, and thank you. Just one more. Oh, three more. Because love is going to begin, okay? And they recognize that you have made huge sacrifices, okay? And that's what I was trying to get at. They are completely aware of your sacrifices, you know, and they're going to make sure that you have spiritual and material prosperity because of it. Let's see, for those of you who have asked a question while this was going on, or the reading was going on, let's see what Spirit has to say. What is the question? What is abundance? Okay, so you're definitely, again, that's the energy that you came in with, abundance. So you're definitely on the path to abundance. If you had another question, the answer is no. One more, please. Thank you. And be assertive, okay? Be assertive. All right. That is your reading. I hope this message resonated with you. Please hit share and subscribe, and I will see you soon. And again, if this message doesn't resonate, there are plenty of other messages on my channel that you could check out. They are timeless. And I also have the astrological horoscope readings. So you are more than welcome to check that out. I do it on rotation. So you could check and see if your sign is there, or if you're a cross watcher, you know, you're more than welcome to check that out also. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.